Hey guys, Kayzer here, back in the midst of Pandaria. I know I told you guys that I'd have some leveling videos for you, but unfortunately my computer couldn't handle recording the whole entire grind to 90, so this is about as much as I can bring you. At about 2 bars left in level 89, I decided what the hell, I'm gonna do some dungeons and see if I can level that way. Unfortunately I couldn't get any good groups. We got through a couple dungeons, but really it wasn't fast enough for me as questing was, and questing actually probably gave more money and better loot, because in the instances obviously you're not guaranteed every piece of loot that you need, and I didn't really get many upgrades. As for the dungeons in Mr. Pandaria, I gotta say these are some of the best that they've put out. A lot of people in Cataclysm complained that even normal mode instances were way too hard to do, and heroics were just ungodly. I personally had no problem with those, but some people's children, who knows. A lot of these dungeons are short and easy to do. They only take about maybe 20 minutes with a good group, so it's nice to just jump in, get your justice points, which unfortunately isn't a lot, it's only 60 per regular, and then get out. The justice points grind in this game was pretty bad, because at 60 at a time it's hard to build them up, and then once you hit 90, the heroics only give you 60 valor as well, so the valor grind is going to be rough. But what they do with the valor points is they include them in daily quests, scenarios, challenges, all that fun stuff, so that you go and do the other content and you're not just instance grinding for all your valor points to get your gear so that you're ready for raiding. Another thing that they did with the dungeons that I really like is, just because there's the same bosses every time doesn't mean it's going to be the same fight. In some dungeons, some of the bosses have 2 different versions of a fight, so it kind of keeps you on your feet. You have to know both versions and make sure that everyone in the group also knows those versions. But 2 variations doesn't always mean harder. Some of the fights are pretty easy, so you can hop in first time in a dungeon and really have no problem with getting through everything first time, and hopefully your group is competent enough to get through it with you. Like on the last boss of this dungeon, we kept wiping, and I don't like to do that. I don't know why, so I kind of rage quit on them. It's not really fair to them. But then I went back to questing, which in this game so much easier to do than Cataclysm was. You actually got to fly around, or not fly around, walk around again to different areas. You're on a whole new continent, unlike Cataclysm, where in Cataclysm you went through a portal, you did some quests, you grinded some rep, and that was what you did to level 85, and after that you could just farm your points through dungeons, LFR, and pretty much by week 1 you were in best of slot, and the game was kind of pointless. In this expansion, I found that it was actually more fun to level as a rep paladin as opposed to the prop paladin, just because they gave rep paladins, well, every paladin, more survivability with that word of glory, and that alone kept me alive in some hairy situations. They also brought back these, I want to call them like scenario based quests in Mr. Pandaria, which I kinda liked in Cataclysm. They weren't so bad in this expansion. I didn't really look for them or look forward to them, but I did them. This one was actually kind of fun, because in the end you shoot down the huge bug and then you actually go get to fight it. So it's kind of a mix of that new questing style with the classic WoW questing style, which is pretty awesome. One thing that I've been following in this expansion that I did not follow in Cataclysm is the storytelling. Blizzard did an amazing job at telling the story of the Pandaren and Pandaria in this expansion. I have to give them 2 thumbs up for that, because usually I don't really play MMORPG for the story. So Blizzard did great there. There I hit level 90. Well guys, let me know what you think of this video in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video so you know when I put more of them out. I'm going to try and get some new content out with some different games, so hopefully you guys will like that. And until next time, see ya.